let's go into this transition.
Good morning, people, and we are live on the More Time situation. You know what we do, you know what we're trying to do out here as well. I don't know what's going on with my little. There we are, right then. So we good on the stream, people. Right, it's Saturday. It's the start of a massive weekend, if we're gonna be honest with each other. And I just thought I'd have a little run through some of the stuff that's going on. First things first, we are going to talk about Mikel Arteta receiving his new contract, people. I did see yesterday a lot of people up in arms. They're doing pieces about how Piers Morgan has been proved wrong and all sorts. Look at this. But I will honestly say, I'm quite happy about this. I've seen enough from Donny to let me know that he's a good coach, and I think we've seen enough over, especially over this season, to let us know that not only is it me that thinks he's a good coach, but the players, especially the players that we deem to be the important ones. The Bukayo Sakas, the Martin Odegaards, the Gabriels, the Thomas Partys, the Shakas, and the rest, Martinelli, Kieran Tierney, Tommy Yasu, you name it, right? So, like I'm saying, I think, number one, this is great news for Arsenal. We're going into a transfer window where, off the back of this past couple of years, off the back of COVID, there's been a lot of moves that's happened in that space of time where they probably haven't gone the best. Whether it's players moving to clubs and the managers that signed them being sacked, or players moving to clubs based off of aura alone of the club. We've seen it with Jadon Sancho, we've seen it with Vlahovic. That's not to say that their time still can't come better, but currently at the moment, it's not looking the best. And obviously with us, with the Arsenal Football Club, it's good news for Mikel Arteta to be able to be going into the transfer window with Edu and himself firmly in position to try and attract new players. Like, number one, with the allure of the Arsenal is a real thing, and secondly, the allure of playing the Arsenal way seems like it is regalvanizing in a slightly different shape and form under Arteta. There's definite Spanish La Masia background and Pep student background in there, but this guy has built his career in the fires. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, it was only when he came to Arsenal that he was really joining a club with a degree of comfortability. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, in terms of when he was at Rangers, cool, it's Rangers, best club in Scotland, blah, 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 but they had a rival in Celtic, fierce rivalry, and those were the two top clubs. So every season it was a all-out war between these two clubs. This is what he was born in. Then he came to the Premier League. Once he came to the Premier League, he's never played a single game outside of the Premier League, in terms of he never dropped below that level. He was at Everton, played in a team with characters like Duncan Ferguson, Tim Cahill, Stephen Pienaar, so there's Jolyon Lescott to a certain extent as well. But like I'm saying, it's all very Even Pienaar, flair player, but played for South Africa, standout top man for South Africa. So like there was always a level of humility. Is that what it is? No, humility. There's always a level of humility with the type of character that Mikel Arteta represents. Is honest and a level of humble that isn't like, oh yeah, I'm being humble. It's I've grafted and I've grinded, yeah, to be who I am. And then when he came to Arsenal, it wasn't the best Arsenal he could have come to. So he was forced to be an important player, but play in a position that he wasn't. You know, he. I'm sure at Everton he started out as a 10 and found himself as an 8 at some point. Do you know what I'm saying? Never once was he a 6. But yes, that. Long story short, we're in a great position now going into the summer to bring in new players. We got a stable manager with exciting new footballing ideas. We got a fantastic stadium that is about to get a refurb. We've got, you know, the allure of playing in London, the capital of England. What isn't there to love? Like, look, you're gonna want to come to Arsenal to play with Bukayo Saka. You're gonna want to come to play with Thomas Partey. Like, I think this window is gonna prove to be a sensational one for us. We're gonna do a little bit of transfer news before we get into today's games and, you know, all the blah that goes alongside that, because I want to see what type of names we're being linked with. Should we go with? I do like keeping it on the Metro. That way I get a handful of stories. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, rather than like one that's just some nonsense. Right, we can deal with the cookies first and foremost. Right, save and exit. Let's get rid of that. Sorry, my friend. Anything else? Yeah, nah, boom, cool. Save and exit that. Look. We let Donny go. He's probably gone soon. It's just what it is, right? So, Man United make move for Arsenal target as part of Eric Ten Hag's summer plan. I can't tell who this Don is. Let's have a look. Manchester United have approached Reims over a summer move for striker Hugo Ekitike. Like, I'll be honest with you, I don't know who this kid is, but I can guarantee you we are not in for him. If he's 19, we're not looking at that. We got fucking Eddie and Nketiah for all of that. Like, I know he's not there for long. Yeah. Right. Diego Forlan urges Man United target to complete... Arsenal target. Right, so Forlan's trying to tell Neves. So Nunes. Darwin Nunes. I'll be honest with you, this Don, yeah, he's a good player. But he looks like a Man United man. Like, you know, when you just look at someone, you can't even really picture them as an Arsenal. It's them eyes, the serpentine eyes, snaky manoeuvres. Yeah, don't know about all of that. Yeah, so Darwin Nunes is being urged by, and usually when friggin' urges, like Donny's like urge, but Diego Forlan is Uruguayan, so does that mean Darwin Nunes is from Uruguay? Let's have a look. As you know, Arsenal are losing our only 2 strikers at the end of the season. Obviously Balogun comes back, but he's been playing on the wing for Borough, so it's not really nailed on, is it? What's Forlan saying? I don't know about any of this. Just, it sounds like fluff. Newspaper fluff. They're dealing with the fluff. Arsenal starlet wanted by Crystal Palace this summer in a free transfer. I'd be happy to see Nketiah go to Crystal Palace. I think he'd be in great hands with Patrick Vieira, and I think the way that Vieira wants to play would really suit Eddie Nketiah. Obviously, they got big men there at the moment. But he doesn't really play Benteke there that often. He plays the new guy. But I think he could probably play it like Nketiah do well there, if we're going to be honest. Right, he's mustard. Kevin Campbell wants Arsenal to sign top Serie A striker. Who's this? Lautaro Martinez. Right. Now, this is another one, right? In the vein of Alexis Sanchez, but I don't think he's as good as Alexis Sanchez. But having said that, was Alexis Sanchez ever Alexis Sanchez at Barcelona? Or did Alexis Sanchez become Alexis Sanchez at Arsenal? It's a weird question, isn't it? Because I'll be honest with you, I didn't hear that much about him when he was playing at Barca, and that's not to say like, oh, I never heard of him. The point I'm making is, obviously, Messi was still top dog there. I'm not sure whether Ibra was through the middle when he was there or somebody else. But yeah, when he came to Arsenal, he really exploded. He started off on the left wing, created havoc, scored goal after goal and all the rest of it. Moved into the middle as a striker because I think we had injuries. I think Giroud got injured and we were kind of fucked for a second. So we put Alexis Sanchez down the middle. And it was a revelation. Unbelievable. Scored a lot of goals, created a lot of assists. But a lot of his game was dynamo based, like in terms of he's going to pick the ball up, he's going to beat a couple man and he's going to bang it. I don't know if that's what Arteta is really looking for from a centre forward. We keep getting linked with Martinez. Whether on I'm saying, I'd like him just from the simple fact that he's technically a sensational footballer, and if he is our number one striker, that's amazing. But the crossover period and the Serie A attacks, is it going to be too much? Because the one thing that Alexis Sanchez had going for him was the same thing that this guy had going for him, and it's that raw aggression and tenacity and competitiveness. I'm not too familiar with Lautaro Martinez, so I can't tell you whether or not there's that. But like I'm saying to you, if Martinez, if he's coming in over 60 million, I don't know if I want to do that because we need more than just a one striker. So if we're dropping 80 mil on him, do we then have another 120 mil to bring in, a top centre mid, maybe one or two fullbacks, like maybe one or two if we're getting rid of Cedric, and also another striker, and maybe an out winger. Like I'm saying, man, I feel like we need three signings that are going to come in as first team players. Two of them for certain need to be dead cert on like first teamers, yeah? That's a striker and that's a number 8. Then on the other side of it, we need to buy either a left back, which we may not do. We may just run the gauntlet again. But we need to buy a right back for certain if Cedric's going. There's a lot that's going on. We need to see what's going on with certain dons when they come back from loan, like Saliba, etc. But yeah, for now, let's move on from Lautaro Martinez. Like I'm saying, it would be a massive marquee signing for Arsenal. It would be incredibly important in terms of the club's statement moving forward. But I don't know if it's really the guy. I don't know if he's really the person. Miqueta told Arsenal star is not the answer as 3 alternatives are named. So who's not the answer? Nketiah is not the answer. Right, that's cool. Let's see what friggin' alternatives have been named, yeah? So, Lacazette, blase fucking blah. Let's get to the meat and potatoes. It's Kevin Campbell again. He's been out here talking, and he is an ex-Arsenal striker, but Right, there we go. Nunes, Osimhen, or Jesus. And I'll be honest with you, Jesus has had the little purple patch in the past few weeks, right? But I don't know if I really believe in him to be our main and number one striker. The only thing that's going for him is the fact that he's proven in that position. No, he's not proven. Oh, God, it's hard work, isn't it? Like, he's so unproven in that position, in fact, that for most of the season, Pep has played without a striker in that central striker role, right? Now, it's easy to try to, talk shit about Pep and all the stuff that he's been doing lately, because he's definitely been fucking up and, not selling himself out, but Donny's been losing games due to stupid decisions, isn't it? That's the truth, right? But the fact that he didn't have enough confidence in Jesus for him to be, put into that number one spot, thrust into that number one spot, that's pretty worrying. And secondly, if he's just hitting his purple patch now, why is he getting talked about with leaving?
Super necessary.
Is it super necessary? That's what I'm saying, gunshot for them. Yeah. So like I'm saying, I feel like, you know what it is with the way that football is nowadays and the way that our recruiting has gone and is going. I low-key feel like we are not going to end up with any of these guys. Not one of them. And it's going to be a rando. And the worst thing is nowadays, because there's so much emphasis on stats, a lot of us think that we know what all the targets are and could be, because we've looked at the top leagues and seen who scored the most goals. Whereas I don't know that that's necessarily what the hierarchy or the scouts or Edu or Arteta are looking for in terms of what they want to do with recruiting. I think they're paying way more attention to, system and mentality. Mentality is a word that gets banded around a lot, right? And people seem to think that, someone that's fiery, he's fiery and all the rest of it. Being fiery to a certain extent is good, yeah? So someone who like Roy Keane, who was fiery. He was fiery on the pitch. He'd give his all for the cause, right? But he was also a top class professional off the pitch. That fire very rarely turned into conflict with the manager or the club. It did obviously once in his career with Man United in terms of he fell out with Ferguson, but I don't think that ever affected his actual performances on the pitch, and I don't believe it even stopped Ferguson picking him. But there's that side of things, right? So of course we want passionate players, but we also want level-headed thinkers when it comes to number one, how you represent yourself, because that also then has a knock-on effect on how you represent the club, right? I think it's very smart what they're trying to do. They're trying to build and maintain something for the next 4 to 5 to 6 to 7 years, like I'm saying, the recruitment is very, very strategic. I can see it now. Like you see with players like Ben White, cool, he's been a bit ropey lately, but very good player, could develop into a great defender. You can tell that he's a professional person. Yeah, there's a level of respect that he blatantly carries himself with. But there's a nasty side to him in terms of that passion that I'm going to kick up, man. I'm going to pull man's shirt, all of that shit, yeah. dark arts, right? So let's just move on to the next article. Like I'm saying, man, like it's not the greatest of news at the moment. The one person who I've seen, like there's a story here. Like I'll be honest with you, the one person from Man City that I was interested in, that I would like us to sign, is actually Raheem Sterling. I feel like as much as Gabriel Jesus might not be wanted there anymore, he doesn't physically look like he wants to not be there. Yeah, and I've been seeing this with Raheem Sterling for a long time. He's cool now, isn't it? Like I'm sure he would have loved to have won the Champions League with Man City, but I think he wants something different in his life, and I feel like he's a player that I would take. I would jump at signing because he's English, and it's not to be like, yeah, get out English, yeah. It's not what I mean. Donny's from London, yeah. He's from North London, yeah. He's a seasoned capped English international. Champions League finals, Premiership titles. Played for QPR, Liverpool, and Man City, right? That's the type of Donny that Klopp was recruiting in parts of his tenure. Yeah, man brought in James Milner. I don't know if that's the only one, innit? Like, but like, yeah, it is certain dons that's gonna bring to you a level, like standardly, right? And what you can tell by Raheem's career in terms of the endorsements he has, how much the press fucking hate him, is the fact that he's been a consummate professional in terms of his employers and the way that he goes about his business. Yeah. Great image and great role model for the team. Yeah. Especially Bukayo Saka. I genuinely would rather see Raheem Sterling rock up than Gabriel Jesus. And then I'd say then, like, we go grab a fucking striker, and then someone of the profile of Gabriel Jesus, but maybe that's not going to cost you 60 mil. And Ivan Toney. Who else? Who else does all that shit? Like, basically, Ollie Watkins is Gabriel Jesus, yeah? Just in Aston Villa. Like, Gabriel Jesus doesn't have like an incredible goal scoring record. Like, I feel like Mahrez is a lot more fucking consistent in goal scoring than Gabriel Jesus, right? And that's only gonna get worse in our team. We don't really want that in the first team, like looking at Jesus as the Don. But yeah, let's allow it. I'll tell you someone else who in the dreams, yeah, the number 8 that we buy is Jude Bellingham. Yeah, cause that kid is the future of the England midfield. Guy is fucking unreal. Right, Kevin Phillips urges Rashford to leave Man United. Don't come Arsenal. I don't want to see Rashford rocking up unless it's like 30 mils. Yeah, all of that. It hasn't worked out for Pepe. We get that. We see that. Everyone's seen that. Saliba. Let's see if Saliba thinks he's coming back or not. Julian Brandt. Take Julian Brandt for 16 mil. See, that's the type of acquisitions that man should be looking at. There's class there. There's quality there. He's a big man as well. Like, that Premier League midfield mixer is not going to scare him. Do you know what I'm saying? Right, what's Saliba saying? Saliba seemingly cast doubts on his plans with Arsenal. Oh, that's cool, bro, but you're still contracted, Saliba. So if people ain't coming in with 60 mil offers, you're doing up a year at Arsenal, bro. So chill out, innit? Like, do your fucking... Just chill out now. Lucas Podolski wants Arsenal to sign Erling Haaland. Of course he does. Everyone fucking does. If that happened, it's a wrap, bruv. It's madness. It's madness for all of you people, bruv.
Somebody did this.
Yeah, Arsenal
fucking pussy bummer rascal.
That's what I'm saying, man. If that happened, it's a mausoleum, but I can't see it. I don't want this guy. I don't want Paulo Dybala. I don't rate him. Like, yeah, nah, no thank you. I'll take Neves as well. I feel like Neves is like a notch or two above Xhaka. Right, let's jump out of this. Let's jump out of that. So let's check out the fucking today's fixtures, people. Let's have a quick preview of that and see what we think is gonna happen. As we know, it's a massive day in the Premier League for Arsenal Football Club. There's a few games on today. Can't really see, you know, Brentford, Southampton up in the air. I'm gonna say Brentford. I'm gonna give Brentford that maybe 2-0 or 2-1. Let me see if Che Adams is back for Southampton. Team news. Livramento is the only absentee, so maybe they might get something out of the game. I doubt it though. I think that's going to be a 2-1 to Brentford. Burnley Villa. I think Burnley are going to take that 1-0. It's 1-0 to Burnley. They're still trying to get out the relegation thing. Villa have been struggling for weeks now. That Stevie G instant bounce really starting to wear off. Yeah, I think he knows. He knows he's got a lot of work to do in the summer in terms of midfield stability, maybe, and in terms of backline. I think he really does need to buy someone to go alongside Tyrone Mings and maybe replace Donny at right back. Can't remember who he is, but I don't think he suits what Gerrard's trying to do. But yeah, right, Chelsea gonna slap Wolves, hopefully. Can't see that going any different. Say that's 2-0 or 3-0. Palace v Watford, 2-0 to Palace. Brighton and Hove Albion versus Man United. I see that being 3-1 to Brighton and Hove Albion. Or say, in fact, just to be fair, 2-1 to Brighton and Hove. Tottenham, Liverpool, I'm going 3-0 to Liverpool. You, like, magnanimously, or whatever they call that shit, yeah? Now then. Hold on.
Move your pussy clan.
Move out, clear out the way. Now then, as we all know, if Tottenham lose today and we beat Leeds tomorrow morning, well, tomorrow afternoon it is. Big boy kickoff tomorrow afternoon. If we beat Leeds tomorrow afternoon, it's Champs League o'clock, or cause that only leaves us 5 points ahead, right? Then we go to Tottenham on the Thursday, and even then, right? It's not like we could take a draw from that match, and then we're 6 points ahead with like 2 games left to play and 6 points available. But Tottenham's goal difference is way better than ours. Like way better than ours, because ours is proper shit. So yeah, it's a bit of a myth, realistically. Like if we're real G's, we're looking to win in the Tottenham game, right? But that's fine. If we don't get the win, a draw is fine. A loss is fine as well, but I don't want to lose that, because if we lose it, then the gap goes to it goes back to 2 points with 2 games left to play. Do you feel me? And we're gonna within that we're gonna be playing Newcastle, mid-table fanciers of themselves currently. Yeah, all that money got them feeling big. Yeah. So they're going to want to try to turn it on. Bruno Guimaraes is going to want to try to turn it on. And then Everton, who surprisingly to some, like obviously, are struggling right at the bottom of the table at the moment. I think this weekend is a very, very, very big game for thing for the table. But like I'm saying to you, our next few games are of paramount importance. I think realistically speaking, to make a statement, I want to win all 4 of our next games, because I genuinely believe that's where we're at.
Dude, this is a setup.
Yeah.
This funny.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you heard me. I'm telling you, I feel like I feel like we should be winning all 4 of our next games. I want to beat up Tottenham. Yeah, like low key. I think by the time that game comes along, we're going to have Thomas Partey and Tomiyasu back. You heard me, bruh.
What?
You heard me, bruh.
Hold on.
Yeah, so...
The bomber clad.
Yeah. So, like, when that happens, fam, all I'm saying to you is... Gunman team.
Somebody did this.
Yeah. Arteta, that's who.
Brother.
Hold tight, all the brothers. Yeah, man. But listen,
Take it back.
you could take it all back. All the slander that you've been fucking giving to my club lately, right? It's over for all of that. Now, let's take a little look at this league table. We're sitting pretty right there. Back-to-back wins in our last few games, yeah? It's what we needed to do. We did that. Tottenham, 2 points behind us, going into a game against Liverpool, who are on the chase. I think differently on the chase for Man City. They're not just gonna give Man City the title, innit? And it's I get it, Tottenham, they're here for some shit and that, but like I kind of feel like you're in trouble, Tottenham, like big trouble, little China kind of thing. You get me? Oh yeah, yeah.
Dude, this is a setup. Yeah. This is funny, real, because I feel it.
The bomber clad.
Yeah.
Brother.
Super necessary.
Listen, but let's have a little look down the bottom of the table. Leeds, right on the cusp. It's Leeds versus Everton. Realistically speaking, Burnley are looking clear. Burnley are clear. Oh my days, it's Leeds and Everton. So we're about to put Everton, well, technically we could be about to put Everton into pole position and be the guys that are sealing Leeds' downfall. One or 2 seasons? 2 seasons in a Prem and they're out. Let me see what the last like Leeds games are. Like, let's get to the fixtures. See what Leeds fixtures are. So obviously it's us today. Who's Everton got this weekend? Everton got Leicester, who are dog shit, so they could pick up a point there. It's dodgy, but they could actually go and pick up some points. So Leeds gonna hold corn and Everton probably gonna win, right? Then we have, that's not of any importance over there. Leeds. Oh, Leeds. Leeds is running is dumb. Yo.
Move your pussy clad.
Oh my.
This is real, because I feel it.
Oh.
Take it back. Yeah. This is real, because I feel it. Dude, this is a setup.
It's a setup.
This funny.
It's a setup. It's a setup. Lampard has fixed the fixtures for Leeds. Oh my days. Oh, bro, I'd hate to be Leeds. Your next few fixtures are emotional. It's Arsenal, yeah, big Arsenal, yeah. 4th in the table, Dons, big Arsenal, right? Then Chelsea, 3rd in the table, Dons. So that's a possible loss of 6 points there. Everton, on the other hand, have rock bottom Watford on Wednesday, and Leicester. Oh, Everton's running is looking creamy. I'm not being funny, but I'm gonna put my money on Leeds going down with Watford and Norwich. I think it's a wrap. For Leeds. Like, yeah. So who's Leeds got after Chelsea? So they've got 2 games to try and claw back against Everton. FA Cup final next Saturday. Right, Everton. Everton have got Brentford at home next Sunday. They might pick up points there. Where's Leeds? Leeds have got Brighton. They might pick up some points. And when's their last game? Everyone playing at the same time. Last game of the season on the... Oh, it's not on the Saturday. What? Where's it gone then? It's not on the Friday. Thursday. Yeah, what's going on? Okay, Europa League final. Bruh, is it Sunday? We doing up Sunday game? It's the last day of the season on a Sunday. I'm gonna just feel like it is, I guess, mate. Or maybe not, because I've seen the Arsenal Newcastle there. That it seems a bit odd, but yeah. Either way, this next run of games is emotional for Everton and Leeds. I just say, I feel like Everton's got the better running, the easier running. So I'm gonna tell you that Leeds.
What?
Yeah.
Move your pussy cloud.
It's time to go, as they say. It's over for you, man.
Super necessary.
Yeah. See your Premier League status?
Take it back.
It's gone. Right. Listen, people. This has been fun. I dropped in and I'm dropping out. I'm probably going to be back later on with the Tottenham game, Tottenham-Liverpool game, and maybe back later on this afternoon at some point to drop a little bit of music content, maybe. But yeah, for now, I'm out. And yes, we will catch up later on, like I'm saying, man. So for now, people them.